Well, good morning, guys, and we're now in Long Island, and well, we came here yesterday, got here last night. We're visiting family now, so we're not really going to be filming that much at the moment. Although there's a little bit of footage you've seen last night. We found a car show, so we ran around a car show. You'll have seen that, and we went to see a band, and they were called Witch's Brew. A band from Long Island, I suppose, and they were amazing. They really were good. Anybody on here who actually knows them, just tell them how good you really are. I really enjoyed it, and such a selection of songs, unusual to what we normally listen to in the UK. So we really enjoyed that. It was a cover band, but they were a very, very good cover band at that. We're currently, we've been staying here, and that's the Marriott. And what a lovely place that's been as well. They're playing music everywhere, so obviously I can't talk inside because no matter where you are, there's music, so it just cuts in over the top of you, and what would YouTube copyright, can't do that. But we're going on a road trip today with family again, so it'd be intermittent sort of filming. I don't want to interrupt with the family sort of time. However, we're going to go on up to Vermont, and it's all new to us, so it's going to be a road trip. It's going to be, I believe it's about a 4-hour road trip, and we'll get to see some of, America properly, and then we're up Vermont. I believe the night skies are incredible up there, so hopefully we can get that. So maybe get a time lapse or something of, apparently there's shooting stars and all sorts, so I'm really looking forward to that. Big fire pits, proper outdoor living, a bit like we're used to when we're camping in the UK. So we're really, really looking forward to that. We're up there for a few days, then we're back here in Long Island, and I believe we're going around a few places. We're having a lovely time, and people here are so, we've had one or two issues. That was that bar we went to, Smithy's. The guy in there was a bit of a, I've spoken about him in the previous video, so I won't carry on about that. Everybody else has been great. They want to talk to you. They want to, help you. They just want to really, really nice and pleasant. We've had a great time. So next is we're off on a road trip. So I don't really know what to expect, but we're gonna have a good time. So we'll do that next.
We're Mark and V, and this is our adventures. While on the road trip, we took a slight detour into New Haven, which is in Connecticut. It's a place famous for Yale University, but more so for Frank Pepe. His pizzas are apparently the best pizzas in America. Well, we'll find out very soon, won't we? So this is apparently America's best pizza, and here we go, we're going in for it.
Very good. Any good?
Oh my God. That is excellent. That really is good. I'm going to try and get some more footage around this place in a minute, but that, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to eat this now, so I'm going to see you guys. It's called clam pie. Now, if these having this, I will have a piece, but you all know me, I'm not so keen on fish.
Gonna try it.
I'm going to try everything. Right, here we go.
These are the big ones.
I am just about to try something that is probably my worst of fish. So I'm having a clam, right? Here we go. Everybody's watching me as well. I think it's all right. Yeah, I think it's all right actually. It wouldn't be my first choice,
I'm with you.
but yeah, not
But
the
it's good.
Something unique.
not the sensation I've had before when I've had it.
These clams are from the local waters, Long Island Sound.
Yeah. There you are. It's on film as well. Well, honestly, that is gonna be some of the best pizza I've tasted. It really is. And we had a bit of pie afterwards, and I didn't video that because it was like spontaneous, but it was a birthday cake anyway, so like not to worry about that one. It was excellent. But you also want to see how much it's cost us. And there you are. That is the bill. And that was 5 of us for having that meal. It's absolutely amazing. Love this place, really do. We were told at the end of the day they just clean the ovens out with a mop. I suppose that's not too dissimilar to when you cook with a wok, really, is it? So it retains all the flavours and smells and taste. Anyway, we better get on. We got to get to Vermont, so let's move on. So we left New Haven and headed up to Vermont, actually Jacksonville in Vermont. And on the way we went for a place called Springfield. Now I looked and I couldn't see home or a bar, although I'm reliably informed that they don't come from there actually anyway. They come from any town, USA, which doesn't exist. But not to worry, it amused me for a little while I was looking. But it is interesting to see as you're driving further out into the country how the scenery changes. It's a vast country. Maybe one day we'll come back and explore lots more. I would like to. There's lots to see, I think. Anyway, over the next couple of days we will see quite a bit. Well, as much as time allows.
So I thought I'd tell you a little bit about our journey to America and why we went. So some time ago, my mum found out she was adopted. She was 68 years old when she found out, and it was a total shock. I say a total shock, but I think she knew deep down that she was different from her siblings as she was growing up. She never really got on well with her parents, and she wasn't really mistreated or anything, but she always felt different. There was always something there. Anyway, after the initial shock, she calmed down, and we contacted social services to find her, see if we could find her natural birth mother. After a lot of toing and froing, for one reason or another, we eventually, after a couple of years, managed to get a copy of my mum's original birth certificate, which obviously had her mother's name on it and where she was born. Unfortunately, father unknown, but it also her adoption certificate, which showed she was adopted when she was 11 months old. It looked like she was in her mother's care until she was 11 months old. I don't know if that's right or wrong, as we'll never know. Anyway, so from that we knew my mum's real name. She was never Marjorie, she was born Pamela. She quite liked that. And then we tried to find her mother, which we just came up against lots of brick walls, didn't really find anything out. I think she was happy with her life and her own children and grandchildren, and it didn't seem to be more important than that. So she let it go, really. We often talked about it, and we joked about what a real family might be like, and that was as far as it went. And then during COVID, I think she had a lot of time on her hands to think about, where she came from. And so I suggested she do her DNA. I explained to her that she could do a DNA test with someone like Ancestry, and you could log your DNA results, and if anybody's looking for you, she may or may not be found. It was a bit of a long shot, obviously, and she asked how much it would cost. At the time, it was about £100, and my mum, being my mum, said, "I'm not paying that out, it's far too expensive." So I said, "It's okay, I'm going to get it for your birthday present." So I'd looked into it and thought, right, we'll get that ordered up. And all of a sudden, 3 weeks later, she passed away. We thought that would be it. We would never find anything, and it didn't seem to be quite so important until I started sorting through her things, and then felt a need to find out. So my husband, Mark, as you all know him, he bought me a DNA kit one Christmas, the first Christmas without my mum, and it was all very emotional, as you can imagine. And eventually I got round to doing the DNA test. When I got the results, it turned out that I had over 700 matches, which was I was blown away with, wasn't expecting as many. But within those matches were a few quite close matches, as in first or second cousins. And obviously I knew they'd more than likely be half cousins, unless my maternal grandmother went on and married my maternal grandfather, which was probably unlikely. So from this, I had some DNA matches, and having not used Ancestry before, realised there was a little message box there, so I went in there, and in there was a message from, I think, my grandmother's cousin, asking if my mum or I was anything to do with the long lost baby. So as you can imagine, I was delighted that people at least had heard of my mum. And she wasn't, although she was a secret, people did know about her. So I got in touch with this lady, and she was really helpful. She lives in the UK, and she told me that my mum had 5 brothers and sisters. Unfortunately, one had already passed away, but there were still 4 remaining brothers and sisters, which she never knew about. And they all lived in America, so that was quite a surprise. Going back a little bit, when we were struggling to find out anything about my mum's family, we did get some information that her mother may have moved to America. So it turned out this was true, and her mother had indeed moved to America. So with that, this cousin said she could put me in touch with my mum's sister, gave me her name. Obviously I Facebook stalked her, as you do, and blown away because this lady looks just like my mum, in my opinion. With so many similarities, it was quite uncanny. One particular photograph I found on her Facebook profile, even my own children thought it was their grandmother, and not as we found out, their great aunt. So I got in touch with her, or this cousin put me in touch with her, and unfortunately, to begin with, she was obviously quite sceptical, as you would be. Anyway, cut a long story short, within a week we'd had a little bit of correspondence through the cousin, and I sent her some photographs, and I sent her a letter explaining why I was trying to make contact, and a little bit about my mum's past and her history and how she suddenly left us. And within a week, my mum's half-sister was on the phone from America, and it is, and even now, even though I've met her, it's like looking at my mum with an American accent. Sorry, Angeline, you are a little bit louder than my mum, but you are pretty much the same person, almost twins. Anyway, through the next 18 months, we communicated and realised actually we've got the same sort of sense of humour. We look alike. I look like that family, or that side of the family. And last year we were invited out to America to go and meet her. So obviously we did, and we went out and met them, and it was a strange experience, should I say, but also felt quite normal being in Lynn's company. So my mum's half-sister, we got on really well. We're continuing to keep that relationship alive. I've also met a couple of cousins, spoken to another uncle on the phone. I've got another 2 aunts that I'm hoping at some point in the future I'll be able to make some sort of contact with. So that was why we went to America. So amazing really, because most of my childhood I grew up with a real need to want to go to America, and particularly New York. Probably a lot of children do, but so now I've been, and seeing that half of my family grew up in America. So that's my little story about how we ended up going to America, and particularly New York.
So this morning we took a ride out to Wilmington, Vermont. Now what can I tell you about Wilmington? I've had to look it up myself because I really don't know a lot about it. But it has a hidden history. Beneath the surface of Wilmington lies a big secret. The lost hamlet of Mountain Hills. This once thriving community was submerged beneath the Deerfield Reservoir when it was built. A reminder of a bygone era. Wilmington also has a surprising connection to the White House. Several US presidents, including Grover Cleveland and Calvin Coolidge, enjoyed vacations in this scenic town. Perhaps it's the fresh mountain air that attracted them. Wilmington also played a role in the fight for freedom. The town served as a stop on the Underground Railroad, a network of secret routes and safe houses that helped enslaved people escape to the north. And when you're in Wilmington, you have to forget boring public transportation. Wilmington features the Mover bus service. They're uniquely painted buses that look like black and white cows. What a fun way to get around.
Isn't it just absolutely beautiful? You know, the whole place just has a really laid back feel. You know, the shops are just like, it reminds me of like England and, you know, when I was a child. We have a bus here as well, you can see it over there, called the Mover. And apparently it's painted like a cow. I don't know if we'll see it when we're out and about.
Good, how are you?
How you doing, alright?
Exploring the area.
Oh, look, it's raining!
Yeah.
Oh,
Again?
Yeah, we brought it from the UK just for you. Brought it over from the UK.
Just for you guys.
Just brought the rain. Just brought the rain with us.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, the rain's been here.
oh, it's been.
Maybe you could take it back.
Yeah, probably will.
Leave with this?
We probably will. I can guarantee it.
It's been an awful summer.
You sound like you're from a rainy place anyway.
Well, a feature of this whole year of travelling around has been rain, and yet again, here we are. We're in Vermont in August, which apparently is stunningly beautiful and warm, and it's raining again. We just cannot get away from the rain this year, everywhere we've been. But that doesn't distract from this place. It is absolutely stunningly beautiful. There's a camper you won't see in the UK, Mercedes Airstream.
Walking around in the shops just gives a lovely sensation of old worldliness, if that is even such a word. You just feel so relaxed, and you just want to have a look around. Everywhere you look, there's something extra. It's just all hidden away in lots of little places.
So we go all the way to America, then head up to Vermont, and we find ourselves in an English bar. Or a British bar, really. That's the beauty of it. Oh yeah. Cool. So this is day 2, day 3 of being up in Vermont. Day 2, I think it is, being up in Vermont. And we're at a farm shop as such, and there's lots and lots of local produce.
And what we didn't realise is just how close we were to Canada, and this was evident with all the maple syrup that we saw. When we were driving up, I told you how starry the skies were up here because it's such a dark area. Well, sadly, the cloud came in and we didn't get to see the sky. And it was quite chilly, to be perfectly honest. So we had a barbecue and the meat was absolutely amazing, as you can see. However, because it was so chilly, we had to go inside to eat the food. But that didn't stop it being such an absolutely amazing experience that we were treated to. Okay, so you've seen all the cooking, and now we're back in the house. There's proper camping stuff in it. Unfortunately, we're in the house, so I'm gonna have some pieces of steak now, and you can see just how delicious that is looking. That is looking amazing, isn't it? And you cannot wait, or I cannot wait until I actually bite into this and taste it. So, that piece as well. That looks, and it's gonna taste absolutely divine. So, wait a little bit longer. That there is the filet, and that there is the sirloin.
All right. Where's Mama Lynn?
It just melts in your mouth. That's so good. Well, I guess that's a really good place to bring this video to a close. And in the next episode of this USA trip, we'll be going on to Bennington. And after that, we will go back to Long Island. And then sadly, it's a journey home. Anyway, we hope to see you in the next video, guys. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And we'll see you very soon. Look after yourselves. See you later. Bye.